Hello, I'm Brigantia Blackbird of Blackbird's Brew. Happy Saturday and welcome to this week's Loki video. From time to time, I want to discuss reasons that Loki might be coming into your life if you're starting to sense his presence or suspect that he might be knocking on your door. Sometimes it's not readily apparent why a deity has decided to well, to bother with us at all, really, but we don't always necessarily see the reason of what they are hoping to accomplish by associating with us and guiding on us. So I want to toss out a couple of possibilities, at least where Loki is concerned, for people to consider, maybe think back on whether you are at the beginning of your journey with Loki, if you've been on it with him for a little while like I am, or if you are at an old hand and just starting to just think about some things in a slightly different way. So, first possibility I'd like to toss out there for our consideration is that Loki might come into your life to shatter illusions. Now, Loki being labeled by some people and by some deities as being a liar has always struck me as odd, because that accusation seems to occur in the myths when he's telling an unpleasant and an unvarnished truth in the most tactless way possible. Now, it's not at all unusual in our modern world for people to accuse others of lying for the high crime of saying that something true that was true, but they didn't like it. We do not live in a culture that emphasizes the needs or the benefits of facing reality, especially if that reality creates discomfort or makes it clear that the person who has that shattered illusion that they are needing to take personal responsibility about something. And so people cling to their illusions. And some people are more committed to their illusions than they are to their own well-being, let alone the state of their relationships with others. So this is a problem, a very relevant problem, because illusions are a slow-acting cancer of the soul. Whereas Loki is about growth and exploration and change, and illusions are about lies and stagnation and regression. By their very nature, illusions cause decay, and worse than that, it's not the kind of decay that leads to a symbolic death, that leads to ultimate spiritual resurrection. It's just this tumor on the soul, just like cancer is a tumor on the body. So it should come as no surprise to us that Loki just doesn't really tolerate that sort of thing. His chaotic nature is the life force. It animates structure and order, and illusions get in the way of that, and he's not having it. So if Loki is knocking on your door, do not be surprised when he goes to work on illusions that you have, or that he unearths illusions that you didn't realize were illusions. Now, the harshness with which Loki shatters your illusions is likely going to reflect the degree of your resistance to hearing the message. In my own experience, Loki rewards cooperation, as well as determination and a commitment to do the work. If you are moving forward and you are showing a willingness to do what's difficult, Loki will help you along the way. It doesn't mean you have to get it right the first time or be instantly successful. He's more interested as are you making a sincere effort. Now, on the flip side, if you are fighting him every single step of the way, he's not going to ease the burden. And actually, you will be creating some problems for yourself because as you try to sustain your illusions, especially when they're being battered down by Loki, that's going to require more effort from you, more energy from you, and worse, more self-deception from you in order to try to prevent your illusions from crumbling or to prevent yourself from acknowledging that they have crumbled. And if you are going through this process, no matter whether it's going well or going badly, just keep in mind that shattering illusions is not something that Loki does to be cruel. It is a necessary step in healing and in you being able to take ownership over yourself. Just because he has a chaotic nature and often brings chaos with him, that doesn't mean that what he does or why he chooses to do something is happening at random. That he has purpose. He has a clear-cut, achievable goal in mind, and it is a step in a larger process. So just keep that in mind, and maybe it'll help ease your own process if this is something you're going through, or if you just met Loki and if you're wondering if this might be on the list of things to do. So let me know what you think, if you have any experiences in this regard. Sometimes when we swap stories about this, it can be very helpful to people who are newer with this. It can actually be enlightening for people who've been working with him for long periods of time. And it just adds to our modern body of lore of what is it like? What does it mean to have these relationships with deity? Because we don't have very much information about the past, that makes it all the more important to make sure that we are that we are making note of what's going on in the present, because 500 years from now there might be someone looking back at at our old notebooks and journals trying to make sense of things. So there is some long-term prospects to be thinking about when we're practicing paganism, or if we're practicing the craft, or if we have a close patronage relationship with a particular deity. Make notes of these things, write things down. That way, for someone further down the line, they have something to refer to, and they have a better range of what's normal, what isn't, what's when you're on the wrong track, when you're on the right track. It's just, pay it forward, that sort of thing. But I think that's it for now. If you haven't already joined us at Blackbird's Brew, there will be a link to join in the description box below. Otherwise, you're very welcome to leave your thoughts in the comments section. But I think that's it for now, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.